Greetings from Cedar Falls High School as Cedar Falls Community Television is very excited to provide you with girls high school basketball. It's a Class 5A regional final. The winner moves on to state as the Cedar Falls Tigers host the Hawks of Cedar Rapids Prairie in the final game ever played at Division Street for the Cedar Falls girls. Hi everybody, Mark Simpson with you, along with the man with the name and the knowledge, Jeremiah Longnecker, as we get set for tonight's important matchup. These two teams have met during the regular season. Tigers won a hard-fought 5-point game down at Cedar Rapids Prairie earlier in the year.
Yeah, they did, and they didn't get off such a good start. They played a good second half, particularly a good fourth quarter, and were able to come away with a really difficult and very important victory.
They'll take on a Prairie Hawk team very physical as we look at Class 5A Region 7. Cedar Falls beating Hempstead in the semifinals while Prairie got by Linn-Mar. As we look at the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union rankings, Cedar Falls, for the most part of the year, they've been ranked either 8th or 7th during the course of the season. Prairie currently ranked 11th, so you have two teams in the top 15 meeting.
You know, I think this is one of those years where not only are you playing to get to state, you're kind of playing for your conference. Not a lot of love for the MVC.
As we look at the records for both teams, and this is how Cedar Falls finished up in the Mississippi Division. They went perfect, 14-0. Prairie right behind at 12-2. Tigers scheduled their only blemish coming way back in November. A game they lost in overtime at Ankeny, 60-55. A game they led throughout that entire ball game until the game got tied and went into OT.
Yeah, well, obviously those who come up with the polls don't think a lot of Ankeny either.
Cedar Falls has rattled off 19 consecutive wins, trying to make it 20 and move down to Wells Fargo Arena next week. Meanwhile, for Prairie, terrific season for them. Got off to a slow start with the loss at Johnston, but after that, they gained momentum. This is a team that consistently won by double figures throughout the course of the season. Lost to Cedar Falls. The only blemish that kind of raised your eyebrows was the next week when they lost at Iowa City Liberty.
I agree. It's not a bad Liberty team, but it's not one you expect to stub your toe against.
And for the Prairie Hawks, this is their starting five. Very balanced, very physical, and one of the players to watch is their forward, Emily Larson.
Yeah, and you can see they bring some size, 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot. It won't bring the Tigers problems, but it's a physical lineup as well, as you'd mentioned before.
Larson, just a sophomore, and they really like her potential. Meanwhile, for the Cedar Falls Tigers, they'll go with their familiar starting five that Greg Groen has used during the course of the season. And obviously, our player to watch is Grace Knutson, who's now just 10 points away from becoming the third all-time leading scorer in Cedar Falls history.
Sorry, Mark. I think Director Jeremy Ott just pulled that one out of a hat with Grace Knutson.
She has put together a storybook career here at Cedar Falls in the top 10 in numerous categories, and now trying to cap it off with a victory tonight to send Cedar Falls down to state.
You broadcasted the game that really put the icing on the cake, if you will. That night she hit 13 three-pointers in 17 attempts, set the school scoring record. Says a lot about Grace.
Looking at the numbers, very even. You know, you look at the stats between these two teams. Edge on the free throw line for the Hawks. Tigers with maybe a bigger point differential, but relatively pretty even in the stats between these two teams.
Yeah, well, one of them that stands out is that blocks per game, and you know, maybe it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but when you've got Grace Hannum patrolling the paint like she does, it makes it difficult to score inside. If she can remain in the game, not get in foul trouble, it's going to be really big for the Tigers.
And the last 10 meetings, well, Tigers currently on a 6-game winning streak against the Hawks, including that victory that they had earlier this season. And for the Tigers, a lot of players, former players, will be interested in tonight's game, as well as tonight's contest will be the last game again ever played here at Division Street. So we'll have the opening tip-off coming up in just a bit. It's the 5A regional final between Cedar Falls and Cedar Rapids Prairie right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Cedar Falls Utilities wants to keep you and your family's CFU safe with another helpful safety tip. Natural gas is an efficient, safe, and clean-burning fuel used in most local homes and businesses. Since natural gas is colorless and odorless, CFU adds a rotten egg smell to make gas leaks easy to identify. If you smell gas or suspect a leak, leave the building and contact CFU right away. Call us at 319-268-5340 or 911. Cedar Falls Utilities, bringing you the power of safe service.
Experience the Kia difference at Witham Kia. Engineered with purpose and designed to inspire, the groundbreaking Kia lineup of award-winning vehicles offers something for everyone. Like the new Kia Sorento, offering powerful engine options, ample seating and cargo space, and available all-wheel drive. Or the new Kia Sportage, where fun and functional meet so you can take control of any adventure.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Addison, did I ever tell you about the time that Ali Faroukmanesh shot a last-second three-pointer to beat Kansas and put UNI into the Sweet 16?
Actually, he made the three-pointer with 34 seconds left. And UNI led nearly the entire game.
How do you know that?
You need to watch more Panther Sports Talk. Watch Panther Sports Talk in HD on CFU's Channel 15.
Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids Prairie meeting for the second time this season. And obviously a lot on the line, a chance to go to state for tonight's winning team. There's Greg Groen, head coach for Cedar Falls in his 10th year. He's guided Cedar Falls to 6 state tournament appearances.
He's done an incredible job as coach here, just continuing with the legacy of great Cedar Falls basketball teams. Of course, love to win that big one.
And there's Kenyon Murray, former Iowa Hawkeye star, now coaching Cedar Rapids Prairie. This is his first year as the girls' coach. Played for Iowa from 92 to 96. And his daughter is one of the starting 5 for the Hawks.
He doesn't look like he's only a year younger than me, by the way.
Quick three by Knutson. Hits the front end of the rim, and long rebound, Diaz-Dulin picks it up, and here come the Hawks in their black uniforms with the orange numerals, driving through the lane. Good dish to Larson from Worley, but unable to finish was Haydenfeld. Outside, missed shot put up by Larson. Hannum in traffic, comes up with the basketball, double team. And here comes Grace Knutson quickly into the front court. Pull-up shot, baseline, gets the hometown.
Oh, she deserves
goal.
it. She's shot at that basket as much as anybody over the last 4 years.
Knutson averages 23.5, and Cedar Falls on the board first.
Well, we can already see the first couple of possessions. Referees have decided we're going to let them play. I mean, they could have called a half dozen fouls already. They haven't. It's not a complaint, a statement.
Outside, Murray for 3 in the lead, and the Hawks up on top. McKenna Murray, 6-foot senior, drills it here in the near corner.
Yeah, she doesn't shoot the 3 a lot, actually.
Tigers a quick response. Karis Finley, a step back from the free throw line.
Well, everybody wants to say all you got to do is stop Grace Knutson on this team, and it is couldn't be further from the truth. Karis Finley can beat you. We saw her put up 18 in a quarter. There's a travel, no call.
Steal by Cedar Falls' Gabby Hanks on the pass from Diaz-Dulin. Long three, missed. Hannum with the offensive rebound. Back to Finley, and again, comes up short.
Well, the pace right now is in the Tigers' favor. You can tell Greg Groen wants his team to get up and down the floor. Great job by Gabby Hanks of boxing out.
Murray well short on that 3-ball attempt. 5:59 to go in the first. Cedar Falls 4, Cedar Rapids Prairie 1. First time they met, it was a low-scoring defensive battle, in which Prairie led by a point going into the fourth quarter.
A high-scoring game absolutely plays into the hands of the Tigers. So you can see that they are getting shots early in the clock and really wanting to push the tempo and force Prairie into a game they don't really want to play.
Worley, top of the key to Haydenfeld. This is a deep Prairie team. They'll play about 4 or 5 off the bench. Spin move by
Murray. Excellent defense by Stan. Oh!
Calling the blocking foul on Finley.
I said Stanek. It is Finley.
So the first whistle of the ball game, and going to the free throw line, we'll see McKenna Murray.
Well, Murray only averages about 5 points a game. She has 3 already, and
comes up short on her first attempt. McKenna Murray, a 57% free throw shooter. Second one is good. We're tied at 4. As the 6-foot senior is all 4 points for the Hawks.
They got some sort of play set up.
Knudsen outside the left wing. Quick pull-up, high arcing shot, comes up short. It's Knudsen. Just 1 for 5 to begin the ball game, shooting the basketball. Haydenfeld pounded, and now we're going to get a reach-in foul called on Cedar Falls.
Well, you know, the thing is, it is a foul, there's no doubt, but that hadn't been called earlier, so as one of the players, you can't expect it to be called now.
First on on Grace, I'll get it right, Gabby Hanks called for the foul.
Yeah.
Well, then we got a whistle away from the basketball, and going to be a foul called on Brindley Haydenfeld.
As the fans say, you can't do that.
Tied at 4. This is Finley accelerating. Maybe bumped out of place by Diaz-Doolin. 3-ball missed. And Cedar Falls cold to begin this contest.
You have some nerves involved for both teams. Got the ultimate prize.
Kiana Worley looking for help. Finding Larson, the super sophomore.
Now Greg Groen wants it so badly for this team. He loves this group of players.
Oh, blocked by Hannum. And the ball still will belong to the Hawks with 10 seconds to go in the shot clock.
Now that's the difference that Grace Hannum makes. She just clogs up the lane. She's become such a skilled shot blocker.
I thought we might get a tie-up as Diaz-Doolin had kind of the ball kind of trapped on her on the reach-in prior to the block. Murray, strong take.
Yeah, they're going to get Burks on the foul prior to the block.
So the Tigers pick up their 3rd team foul. That's the first on Anaya Burks, 5'11" senior. Back to the free throw line. McKenna Murray, 2 shots coming. Trying to give the Hawks their 2nd lead of the ball game. Comes up short. One more attempt coming.
Very similar to her first miss on her first trip to the line.
Hawks 16-4, trying to get back to state for the first time since 2020. So is Cedar Falls. That's the last time the Tigers went down to state. 2021, correction, 2021. We're going to see Ryan Decker coming into the ball game now for the Prairie Hawks. Halfway through this first quarter, a 1-point lead for the visitors. Knudsen puts the ball on the floor, and they're going to say a last touch by Prairie. I thought that went off the foot of Knudsen.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. We'll get a chance to see it on the replay. No, it was went right between her legs. Good call by the ref.
Cedar Falls off to a slow start, shooting the basketball. Knutson, she won't stop though, and Grace now 6 points away from becoming the third all-time leading scorer in Cedar Falls history, passing Amy Swisher.
Now Cedar Rapids Prairie playing the triangle in two. It's what you would think the obvious solution to this two-headed. There's a traveling violation. Excellent job by Burks of cutting Haydenfeld off.
Cedar Falls makes their first substitution. Anaya Burks comes out. Sophie Stanek, a 5'6" junior, is in. And coming in for the Hawks is Asia Beal, a 5'8" junior guard.
Prairie has quite a bit more depth than Cedar Falls does.
Finley goes up, but there's a foul on the baseline as she put up the shot. She should get 2 shots coming out of this.
Well, Stanek provides a little bit more shooting. Of course, they give up some size, maybe a little less rebounding in the process. But it does provide one more shooter to help spread that triangle in that triangle in two. Got to go out top.
Well, Tigers turn it over on the throw-in, and this could lead to an easy basket. Coming up the floor, Larson, no, rejected.
Nope.
Wow. And Hannah with the big-time rejection.
Oh, and then a foul. I missed the foul call. Okay, I couldn't figure out why the clock stopped. Kenyon Murray wants a timeout.
Foul called against the Hawks. Timeout taken by Cedar Rapids Prairie. 3:04 to go here in the first quarter. It's a 1-point lead for Cedar Falls, 6-5. Winner moves down to the state tournament coming up on Monday.
If anybody's interested.
Watch the block.
Oh,
we're gonna see
go ahead, sorry.
We had a big block coming up here on Hannum. And here's that fast break. And get that out of here. And then this is where the foul occurs. She's trying to pass it to her teammate.
There we go. Okay.
And the bump, it looked like it was on Haydenfeld.
I was looking to see whether she was navigating that baseline, so I was a little off. If anybody happens to be wondering, like I did when I saw the name Worley, a point guard for Cedar Rapids Prairie, I thought an Iowa connection. Immediately Kenyon Murray, Glenn Worley, former forward for Iowa City West, and then University of Iowa. My friend Mark Simpson says, no connection.
No.
Yes. No
I
connection.
read your text, and Coach Murray was right next to me, and he said, no,
Perfect.
we get asked that a lot.
I bet they do. Yeah.
Kenyon Murray, who, again, his first year as the girls varsity coach. He was an assistant coach for the boys team for 3 years. His 2 sons played at Cedar Rapids Prairie. As Knutson, tough shot, no good. And that's going to go out of bounds. Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to say last touch by Hannum and
I
not
thought
Larson.
it was. Yeah, we had a bad view. It certainly looked like it was touched last by Hannah. I think it's one of those situations you either give Prairie the ball or possibly it's an over-the-back call on Hannah. I would rather have Prairie have the possession.
Kiana Worley, just a freshman, 5'3", walks the ball into the front court. Hawks would rather have more of a half-court type game than the up-tempo style that began this contest.
You look at the skills of Grace Hannum guarding any player that comes off a switch out top.
Larson shot missed. Offensive rebound. Beals put back, no good. And
That's
then
touch left by Prairie. Yep.
it was knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Delaney Say, who's in the contest.
Well, you know, I know the Tigers are trying to quicken the pace a little bit, but I think the shot selection could be slightly better than it has been so far. Seen some highly contested in-traffic shots so far. Cedar Falls can work it a little bit more to get a better look at the rim. Now Prairie's abandoned the triangle in two. I take that back. They have, yes, they have. Okay.
Hanks bounce pass, nicely done. And Hannum can't finish it.
Yeah,
And
it really was a great backdoor cut by Grace and an excellent feed by Gabby.
this is Say. Her pass. And there's Hanks with the steal. And they're going to call Beal for the foul.
Again, I can understand why Beal might be a little upset. It clearly was a foul. Just you have to wonder whether it's going to get called in this game or not.
Haydenfeld back in the ball game for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Again, they'll play 9-10 players. Tigers play 5 to 7.
Primarily, yeah.
1 point lead for Cedar Falls and low scoring first quarter. Knudsen pull up shot. Again, hits the back iron. And here come the Hawks trying to regain the lead. Larson, 3-ball, perfect. Emily Larson.
Well, she's only player that averages in double figures, so she's the one you have to keep track of.
Her first points of the game. Cedar Falls with a 3-point shot missed by Karis Finley. Larson with the rebound, and quickly here come the Hawks. Up by 2 on the road, looking for the upset win. They're number 11, Cedar Falls 7.
That's off of Prairie. That's off of Haydenfeld. Sure is. She was going to argue and then decided it's probably not worth her time.
Both teams excellent defensively, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised by the low scoring. Tigers giving up just 36 points a game. The Hawks 44. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Kenya Murray's plan clearly is they are going to make somebody other than Finley and Knudsen shoot the basketball. So far, that really hasn't happened.
And there's Karis Finley breaking free with the 3-pointer. Cedar Falls leads 9 to 8. 31 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Just about a second that separates the shot clock from the game clock.
Larson a 3-ball, far side, missed.
Probably an ill-advised shot taken by Larson.
Thought they would hold it for the final shot. Now the Tigers with one last opportunity here. Final 8 seconds. Here's Grace Knudsen, shakes, bakes, puts it up. Will not go.
Well, that was a great move.
And the final shot in the quarter, well short. And we played one. And it's Cedar Falls on top 9 to 8 in this 5A regional final. We'll return with more right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Experience the Kia difference at Witham Kia. Engineered with purpose and designed to inspire, the groundbreaking Kia lineup of award-winning vehicles offers something for everyone. Like the new Kia Telluride with seating for up to 8, an upscale interior plus advanced technology, or the new Kia Seltos offering luxurious seating, intelligent features, and ample passenger room.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street, Cedar Falls, with additional locations in Waterloo and LaPorte City. Witham Auto Center is a proud supporter of the Cedar Falls Tigers. Find your next vehicle in person or online at withamauto.com. Taking a look at the Class 5A regional final matchups across the state, and top-ranked Johnston hosting Sioux City West. Not too many Mississippi Valley Conference teams here.
No, there are not. You know, the Tigers want to win, but they also are looking for some upsets in those top 6 teams. I complain about the rankings on a regular basis. And the reason why I complain is because your ranking is going to determine your seed at state. That makes for a pretty tough draw.
And timeout taken by Cedar Rapids Prairie. Their second timeout. Coach Murray unhappy with the way that play was developing. So a quick timeout of 30 by Cedar Rapids Prairie. There's the Cedar Falls coaching staff. Greg Groen in his 10th year. Assistants are Derek Gerling and Ryan Hannum. They've done a great job directing the Tigers to a 21-1 record. They've won 19 in a row, trying to get back down to state. So it's again a quick timeout. Here comes Prairie with the basketball. Kiana Worley.
Tigers switching all screens. They're not staying with it, so it's one of the ways that they're able to stay with girls on the perimeter is switch those screens. There's your 5-second call. Beautiful job. And look at the defense that Burks is playing on the guard out front. All these defensive parts are interchangeable for Greg Groen. It allows him to do some things that other teams aren't capable of.
Ryan Decker in. Out goes Haydenfeld. Tigers with Knudsen, Finley, Stanek, Burks, and Hannum. They lead by 1 here early in the second quarter.
Yeah, well, the Tigers desperately need some scoring from somebody other than the big two.
And a block shot on Knudsen. Drive to the hoop. Larson aggressively.
Oh, that's a
misses.
Oh. Well, again, that's one that's either Cedar Falls possession or a foul.
It's Decker going after the rebound. Touched it last.
She decked her all right.
Watch. So it's Cedar Falls ball, despite the fact not shooting well here in this first half. But give credit to the Hawks, who give up just 44 points a ball game. Burks with it, and ball knocked loose, and another steal for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Dangerous pass. Oh, picked up by Larson. Looked like she got away with traveling. Hawks trying to take the lead here.
That's who you have to keep track of right there. And the other girls can get some looks, and you're not so worried about them. Again, Murray only attempted 15 threes coming into the night.
Worley has her pocket pick. Cedar Falls into the front court. Finley passes up on the 3. Gets it to go, and is fouled. And a chance for a 3-point play.
That's what makes Kara such an outstanding player. Remember, just a sophomore is Finley. She's got all kinds of skills. She's got the quick release, but she'll also take it to the hoop, and she can score in traffic. The nice continuation that she's the beneficiary of there.
Larson's call for the foul, her first. Finley to the free throw line for CF and gets it to go. It's a 3-point play. Finley has 8 of the Tigers' 12.
Again, she's very capable of carrying the team.
Biggest lead of the game for the Tigers of 4 points. And the Hawks looking to respond. Worley's pull-up jumper, no good.
Yeah, that'll be Prairie ball.
Off the hands of Finley.
But you can see Prairie, they are not getting the shots that they want. They've been forced into some contested jumpers. That time the closeout is what caused the bad shot up the front of the rim, ultimately gave Prairie the ball.
Tigers beat the Hawks 52-47 just a couple of weeks ago down at Prairie. Again, they trailed at half and going into the fourth quarter.
And they've already played a little bit better than they did down at Prairie. You would expect that.
And this is Decker. Out of control, misses. And Knudsen tripped up. She all right? Yes.
This is not a game where you're going to get bailed out going to the rim if you're out of control. I actually like the way it's being officiated so far.
And that foul is going to be on Kiana Worley for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Tigers up by 4, trying to widen the gap here on their home court. Hannum just to the left of the top of the key. Here's Knudsen. 3 ball, no good. Grace struggling shooting here in the first half.
Shots are not going for her. She will not quit shooting, however.
Oh, open shot, but passing up was Diaz-Doolin. Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be on Burke. She can't play defense with your hands. That's what she did. Easy call.
Burks, it's her first here in the second quarter. In front of a good crowd here at Cedar Falls High School. Final girls basketball game to be ever played here. Cedar Falls getting a new high school next year.
I don't think people are going to mind the new gym.
I'm looking forward to it here, as Decker will try a long 3.
I was worried about that going off the glass. You could tell it was long from the get-go. Like, not one of these jobs.
Knudsen, this time she'll take it strong, way off the mark. Hannum With a powerful rebound.
Yeah, Grace is going to have to think about her shot selection here pretty quickly.
And Knutson foul from behind. Again, she has the green light to shoot all the time.
She does, but there have to be exceptions for her in her own brain. And right now, her shot selection is not helping the team.
Knutson, a 76% free throw shooter, misses the first. One more coming. She has to be thinking, what do I need to do to get that ball go through the hoop here? Knutson averaging 23 points a ball game, 5.5 rebounds, 3 assists a game.
I'm very impressed with what Prairie has done defensively so far on her. Credit Kenyon Murray and his staff for devising a plan that really has messed with her.
And Coach Murray is serious. He has taken off the warm-up.
Don't reach. You got in great position.
Blocking foul on Finley. Now picks up her second.
Karras they've allowed Karras to play with 2 a couple of times during the season.
4:02 shows on the clock.
They will here also. She's going to have to back off. They do not want her picking up her third.
The Hawks have yet to score here in the second quarter. Missed 3 ball. Trying to save it was Navia Diaz-Dulin, but unable to do so.
Mark, I'm so into the game, I hadn't even considered the fact there were only 3 points scored in this game so far.
In the second quarter, yeah.
In the second quarter,
it was 9-8 Cedar Falls after 1.
Yeah.
As both teams picked it up defensively, but offensively have struggled.
That's not a foul. That's just excellent defense by Diaz-Dulin.
Sophie Stanek.
That ought to have been a double dribble, however.
Finley takes it hard and draws another foul.
Yeah, just a beautiful job by Karras of attacking the rim. And in that triangle, you can see, that's just an easy call. And that goes against Larson.
Her second, 14 fouls.
That's a big one for Prairie. Larson did not commit to defending Finley, and Tigers are struggling from the line. They're not a good free throw shooting team, but they're not that bad.
They missed 3 in a row here. One more attempt.
I thought she missed that one. That looked like it came off her hand poorly, but we'll take it.
9 points for Finley. Knutson has the other 4. It's 13-8. So the Hawks trying to get going offensively and stripped out of the hands of IGHSAU as she was.
Sophie's such a good defender, excellent hands there. Again, she plays starter minutes. She just comes off the bench. She really is a 6th starter. Good job of closing out on Larson.
Say's 3, no good. Finley, rebound, 1 and done. Tigers have done a good job keeping the Hawks off the glass. That was a problem the first time these two teams met. Sophie Stanek finding Hanks. Knutson with Murray defending. And forcing one up, way off.
She's
Knutson.
just.
Hannum underneath, almost gets it to go. Was fouled and will go to the free throw line.
I don't know. I haven't seen Grace force shots like this, Mark, and it's almost as if I'm going to keep on shooting till I score. She's just got to be a little bit more cognizant of the fact that she's drawing so many defenders to get in there and now kick out, move the ball.
Not a good free throw shooter is Hannum. Just a 43% at the line. Misses the first. One more coming up here for Hannum. Tremendous defensive player. Misses both. Tigers 2 for 7 at the free throw line. Oh, Hannum with another block. And then the steal by Finley.
Great instincts.
Wow, putting on a clinic defensively here. Again, Hawks have not scored here in quarter number 2. Knutson thought she got fouled, nothing called. And we'll have a tie-up, arrow points in favor of Cedar Falls.
Good backdoor cut, but again, she's being defended so well. Yeah.
Well, the first one up to 20 may win this game. 13-8. Halftime approaching to 13. As falling down is Finley. The ball will belong to Cedar Rapids Prairie. But halftime could not come any quicker for Grace Knutson.
No.
Right now, she needs to get her head straight in the right now as she is struggling here in this first half. And almost getting the three-point play was Asia Beal.
Yeah, Sophie was in such good shape, and at the last minute, she decided to go for that little swipe right there. And that was her mistake. She was backing down, giving ground, but doing the right thing.
Free throw, no good. One more coming for Beal. Trying to get the Hawks on the scoreboard here in the second quarter. One more coming. Beal, 5'8" junior, averages 8 points a ball game. She misses them both.
Wow, we've seen some dreadful shooting in this second quarter.
Oh.
Boy, we've seen one field goal made.
Both teams tight as tree bark here in this regional final. Knutson way off the mark, doesn't even hit iron. Hawks, despite all the struggles offensively, down by just 5. And Worley gets it out to Diaz-Doolan. Back to Worley. Oh, hitting the ground hard was Murray. She seems to be okay.
That's the right call.
And then we're going to have a jump between Beal and Hanks for Cedar Falls. This time the arrow points in favor of Prairie. Boy, Murray really hit the floor
Yeah,
hard.
she did.
I was worried that she may have got hurt, but she got up quickly.
You know who wasn't worried? Her dad. Get up.
Well, it just sounded worse.
It sure did.
Minute and 10 seconds to go in this defensive slugfest between Cedar Falls and Prairie.
Well, Prairie does not have Larson on the floor right now.
So Beal, good ball movement.
Yeah, excellent perimeter defense on the Tiger for the Stanek. That's just 4 on the Tigers. I don't think that's going to be a shooting foul. It is not.
49.6 seconds to go here in the first half. Tigers lead by 5.
So you got to look for Henfeld wearing 15, who's not on the floor, or Worley.
And there's three-pointer. Again, doesn't even hit the rim. Tigers have the basketball. Here's an opening for Knutson. Oh, and she misses it. Hannum got the offensive rebound and draws contact. Wow. Grace Knutson is...
Well, she decided to go a little fancy route, didn't she? Went with the one-handed little scoop instead of just going up to the rim. Well, she thought she needed to fight off with her wrong hand. Well, this is a second quarter forget, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
This is setting offensive basketball back a long ways.
With 2 teams that combined for 4 points, all by Cedar Falls. And
boy.
Tigers 2 for 9 at the free throw line. Again, Prairie, despite all their struggles here, only down by 5, could get a big momentum basket going into halftime. And there's Worley. 8 seconds to go here. Knutson driving, falls down, loose ball, and we'll have a tie-up with 3/10 of a second remaining.
Yeah, this is, you mentioned it, halftime can't come soon enough for Grace. Sometimes your head just starts spinning. It's really difficult to think And when you can't think, it's really difficult to play. And you can tell she is just worn out. She needs 10 minutes to refocus right now. Oh, 1.5 seconds.
So, see if Tigers can get off a decent shot here before the end of the first half. Hanks, Stanek at the buzzer. Yes!
Oh, it's a big play. Nice job, Sophie. She's super patient, understood time. Boy, 2 possessions seems like a lot in this game too, Mark.
Wow. So Sophie Stanek plays beat the clock as she hits that short jumper. And Cedar Falls will go into halftime up 15-10 in this Class 5A regional final to these 2 Mississippi Valley Conference opponents. And we'll be back with more right after this. This is Tiger Basketball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Cedar Falls Utilities wants to keep you and your family's CFU safe with another helpful safety tip. When working outdoors, keep ladders, tools, and yourself a minimum of 10 feet away from overhead power lines. Stay away from downed lines and anything that may be touching. Be sure to report any safety concerns to CFU right away. Call us at 319-268-6999. Cedar Falls Utilities, bringing you the power of safe service. Meet Susie.
Hello.
Susie couldn't wait to unwind with her newest thriller novel. Too bad the only villain in this story was her suspect router. Overwhelmed by options and technical jargon, Susie needed to crack the case of the router's riddle. Thankfully for Susie, this mystery is easy to solve. With CFU Wi-Fi, our highly trained technician will install a new Wi-Fi system to optimize coverage for her home. Now, Susie can get back to playing detective in any room of her house. CFU Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi made simple.
Raise your standards in a new Witham Volkswagen, where you'll find design, comfort, capability, and advanced technology. Experience the new electric Volkswagen ID4, where its style, performance, and functionality set it apart. And when it comes to style, technology, and fun, there's nothing like the joy of driving a new Volkswagen Jetta. So find it all in a new Witham Volkswagen.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Cedar Falls Utilities wants to keep you and your family's CFU safe with another helpful safety tip. Natural gas is an efficient, safe, and clean-burning fuel used in most local homes and businesses. Since natural gas is colorless and odorless, CFU adds a rotten egg smell to make gas leaks easy to identify. If you smell gas or suspect a leak, leave the building and contact CFU right away. Call us at 319-268-5340 or 911. Cedar Falls Utilities, bringing you the power of safe service.
Addison, did I ever tell you about the time that Ali Farokhmanesh shot a last-second 3-pointer to beat Kansas and put UNI into the Sweet 16?
Actually, he made the 3-pointer with 34 seconds left. And UNI led nearly the entire game.
How do you know that?
You need to watch more Panther Sports Talk. Watch Panther Sports Talk in HD on CFU's Channel 15.
Experience the Kia difference at Witham Kia. Engineered with purpose and designed to inspire, the groundbreaking Kia lineup of award-winning vehicles offers something for everyone. Like the new Kia Sorento, offering powerful engine options, ample seating and cargo space, and available all-wheel drive. Or the new Kia Sportage, where fun and functional meet so you can take control of any adventure.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Shape up at the Cedar Falls Recreation and Fitness Center. Push yourself with high-intensity interval training. Pump it up in our Strength and Cardio Conditioning Center. Fitness classes include yoga, cycling, and TKO kickboxing. It's all included with your membership. We offer morning and early evening childcare. Whatever your fitness level, we have a place for you at the Cedar Falls Recreation and Fitness Center.
Welcome back. Mark Simpson along with Jeremiah Longnecker here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of this Class 5A regional final. Very low scoring first half between the 7th ranked Tigers and the 11th ranked Hawks as we look at some of the first half highlights between these two teams. Again, it was a defensive battle. And getting the friendly roll to start the game was Grace Knudsen, but it was McKenna Murray answering right back with a three-pointer. Looked like we might have a high-scoring game like in that first couple of minutes, but then the defenses starting to take over for both teams. Knudsen, that was her second basket, but she only scored 4 points in that first half. It was a struggle. But again, the Tigers' defense, Grace Hannum, 3 blocks in that first half. Tigers stepping into the passing lanes. And we didn't see much offense. It was three-pointer by Emily Larson. 9-8, Cedar Falls leading after 1 quarter of play. That was a three-pointer by Karis Finley. Then that second quarter, Tigers nearly shut out Cedar Rapids Prairie. Karis Finley scoring 4 points in that second quarter. All the Tigers, 4 of the 6 points that the Tigers scored in that quarter. As you look at Cedar Falls' strong defensive effort. This is right before the end of the first half. Sophie Stanek, a great shot by the Cedar Falls Community Television crew. You see the clock, and that ball fell through. And Cedar Falls leads by 5 here at the break, 15-10. The big story, though, Grace Knudsen. Well, before we get into that, our broadcast brought to you by CFU Cable, your home for Cedar Falls Tigers sports in Cedar Falls. Coverage of this event is made possible by CFU Cable subscribers. For more information, go to cfu.net. As I was saying, Grace Knudsen averages 23 points a ball game for Cedar Falls. Really struggled in that first half. I can't recall a game where I saw her have so many problems shooting the basketball.
I agree, but I also agree with what you said at halftime off air. You said, but she could explode in the second half, and she's absolutely capable of it. But what she needs right now is a laugh and a smile, and just to get super loose. It's tough. Grace is the only player on Cedar Falls that's played in a state tournament back in 2021. She scored 3 points against Johnston in a 71-64 loss. Anaya Barney actually scored 24 in that game. She wasn't a starter on that team. She came in and was just 1 of 4 in that. So she would love to go down and play again in her senior year and help get her teammates there as well.
Tigers starting 5 on the floor. Gabby Hanks, Grace Knudsen, Karis Finley, Anaya Burks, Grace Hannum. And for the Hawks, Navia Diaz-Doolan, Kiana Worley, Brinley Haydenfeld, Emily Larson, and McKenna Murray. We're underway. Haydenfeld kicks it out, but over the head of her teammate Larson. One of the Tigers got a hand on that. That's why the ball sailed out of play.
Yep, and that was Knudsen. And even little things, little positive things like that you help contribute can help on both ends of the floor. Let's see what Prairie decides to do in terms of offensive changes,
Here's Worley, three-pointer. Halfway down it comes out. Worley's driving layup with 8 seconds to go in the first half kept the Hawks from being shut out in that second quarter. 15-10. Those Hawks. Look at trying to force it is Finley. Won't go. No foul called. Now we'll have a jump ball. Again, the refs have let them play.
They have let them play from the get-go. That looked like the first possession of the first half. It looked like there could have been multiple fouls called there. But they've been fairly consistent throughout the game.
Knudsen will play it in. Lobs it out. There's Finley, the outstanding sophomore for Cedar Falls. Now the Tigers.
Yeah. She thought about that one, didn't she?
This is Knudsen, and that must have been partially deflected. Hannum hustles, keeps it alive.
Need it.
And
There you go.
Gabby Hanks.
Huge for Gabby. I mean, great for the game, enormous for Gabby, and bigger for the team.
Biggest lead of the game of 8 points. 18-10. Gabby Hanks' first basket of the ball game is a big one. And now the Hawks don't want to fall too far behind here in this defensive battle. This is Larson, rejected as she was out of control. Again, you just can't go to the basket expecting to get a call in this ball game tonight, the way the refs are letting them play.
It's huge.
Nia Burks.
We saw a little bit more out of Anaya late in the season doing that. They can get that low post presence. It's going to be enormous.
Cedar Falls has doubled it up. Hayden Felt responds.
Well, Prairie needed that.
Clutch shot.
Hayden Felt can score, too. She averages 9 a game. There you go. Kick it. Come on, Gabby.
Coming up short and hit the baseline before Hanks could save it.
Yeah, but the confidence now of making that first shot can only be more helpful. It helps spread the defense as well. You can see they chased her to the corner.
Coming into the game, Asia Beal for Cedar Rapids Prairie.
We can already tell offensively that Grace has decided that she's going to play a little bit different game. Oh, that's off of Prairie, out of bounds. Great block. That's at least 5 now for Grace.
Grace Hannah, the human eraser, as she blocks another shot here. 5:32 to go in the third. Cedar Falls leading by 8 points. Tigers looking for their 20th consecutive win. They're 21-1 coming into this ball game. The Hawks 16-4. Good plays. There's Beal reaching in and forcing the tie-up. Alternate possession, and the arrow points to Prairie.
Grace has to understand when she gets down there that quick double is going to come, and she's got to kick it to the corner much more quickly than that, or pivot and go cross court.
5:12 to go in the third. Worley finds Beal.
Yeah,
Beal got fouled.
That's an easy one.
That'll be on Knutson, her first. And the first team foul against Cedar Falls here in the second half. Or I should say third quarter. Inbounds pass. This is Worley. Finding Murray, gets open for 3. That's going to be way off.
That's not her shot. Again, she hit one in the first half, but she's not a good three-point shooter, at least on the season she hasn't been. Just 30%, made 5 of 17 coming in.
She'll come out. We're going to see Ryan Decker coming in. Decker, a 5'8" senior.
She's tough. Played some nice minutes in the first half.
Cedar Falls trying to get Knutson going, and Decker now picked up her third personal coming off the bench here. She tripped up Grace Knutson inadvertently, but picks up her third.
Well, you can tell she's got the athleticism to at least hang with Grace.
I see Decker, it just looks like a track star.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
Out there, she is.
Well, she looks like she could do anything.
4:40 to go here in the third.
I love the patience that the Tigers are exercising on offense in this half.
1-2 play. Oh, Decker now picks up her 4th personal. 2 quick fouls coming off the bench. And quickly back onto the floor comes McKenna Murray, the 6-foot senior. She is the daughter of head coach Kenyon Murray. So Decker frustrated.
C also comes in. She played a fair amount of minutes in the first half.
Say,
excuse me.
Delaney Say, a 5'7" senior, averages 4 points a game.
You told me Say, and I wrote down C, Mark.
Look at the company Knutson draws, finding Hanks.
You need that quick reversal. Boy, they're doing a great job on her, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And tie up. Knutson scored 4 in the first quarter. And that was all, and she averages 23 points a ball game. She is really struggled.
We just
shooting in
haven't.
the second quarter.
We haven't seen anybody put together a plan for her like this.
No. She is working hard here. Puts up the three. Air ball right into the hands of Worley. Worley trying to go coast to coast. Kicks it out. Hayden Feltz, three. No good. Good box out by Knutson. Oh, and did we get a foul, or are they going to say
just
last
saying,
touched?
Yeah, it's one of those. We've seen several of those, and I love the call, actually. Instead of calling the foul, you give the ball to the team that would have had the rebound had they not been over the back.
8-point lead for Cedar Falls. Tigers led 15-10 at halftime. Burks.
Well, it's nice to
Can't
see her
convert.
aggressive offensively.
3:35 to go here in the third. Oh, a little shake and bake by Kiana Worley, the freshman.
She is quick.
And foul's going to be whistled on Gabby Hanks. Burks comes out. Sophie Stanek got that big basket to close out the first half. Returns for the Tigers. Stanek, a 5'6" junior. Top reserve for the Tigers.
Can't let her have that.
Oh, Larson got a good look.
Yes, she did.
Tigers box out well with Finley. Stanek gets the basketball. And timeout.
I love it.
Cedar
Good
Falls.
timeout by Greg Groen.
3:20 to go in the third. The winner heads to the well down in Des Moines. As the Tigers, there you see, lead by 8. Cedar Falls has been to state 6 times under Greg Groen. Were the runners-up in 2017 and reached the semis in 2016. Some of the highlights here in the second half. Unflappable is Greg Groen there.
This isn't his first rodeo.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot of these in the past and understands the ebb and flow. And one of the great things about Greg is he's so even-keeled. He doesn't get particularly upset. You're not going to see him overjoyed. I've accused him before of not having a pulse. He just, he's just so just laid back. And the advantage that Greg has is if he gets after you, you know you've done something wrong. This isn't just some casual yell or stern look that he gives you.
Tigers 21-1, ranked number 7 in the state in 5A. The Hawks, great season for them. They're 16-4. They're ranked number 11. One of those losses coming to Cedar Falls a couple weeks ago. Tigers won 52-47. Tigers have allowed only 4 points since that first quarter. Quick take and foul's going to be called on Asia Peel.
Yeah, Asia doesn't think she commits fouls. That's a couple. She's going to try to come over and argue her point with the referee, but Asia is just incorrect. She was in bad position there. Not sure she understands what good defensive position is.
That is her third. So a couple key reserves for the Hawks and foul problems.
Boy, the free throw shooting is an Achilles heel tonight. What are they now, Mark?
2 for 10.
2 for 10.
Ouch. One more coming here for Finley's.
Oh my
misses
goodness.
them both. Wow. So,
I mean,
Cedar Falls keeping that door open here for the Hawks. Down by just 8 points. They have the basketball. 3-point shot. No good. Offensive rebound by Diaz-Dulin. Larson's three-pointer shot is partially blocked, and now we're going to have a tie-up. And the ball will stay with Cedar Rapids Prairie. 29 seconds on the shot clock. 2:47 to go here in the third.
well, I'd mentioned that difference at the beginning of the game. Oh!
Knutson, length of the floor, can't get it to go. And Murray will be called for the foul. Murray trying to chase down Knutson. She's in disbelief. One period she got her on the shoulder. And the referee had a very good angle of that. Here's Knutson trying to get Scores the free throw. Well, he breaks that lid on that basket, which has been tough. Nothing but net. Grace with 6. 22-12. Tigers match their biggest lead of the game. This tight regional final here at Cedar Falls High School. Haydenfeld drives all the way in. Wow, Hannum another block. She has rejected a half dozen shots so far here by the Hawks.
Well, the school record's 11. Jointly held by Kaz Brown and Madison Wood.
2:23 on the clock. Haydenfeld steps back, high arcing 3, won't go. Nothing but white jerseys underneath. Knutson waits as everybody gets back on offense.
Grace has been so much more patient in this half. And again, we haven't seen an offensive barrage, but it certainly helped. Good job. Some really nice adjustments the Tigers made at half.
Diaz-Doolin will be called for the foul. That's just her first, but now 5 team fouls. But Cedar Falls needs to convert at the free throw line. They have struggled so far in this game. 4 for 13. And Finley now just 2 out of 6. Karis Finley on the year, a 74% free throw shooter. So this is kind of surprising. Looking for her 10th point of the game. Mercy.
It's gotten flat. And the one she made, the first, it was flat. I didn't think it was going in. And now that it's just gotten a little bit more flat, looks like she's trying to force it.
McKenna Murray. Now a good ball movement. Haydenfeld can't finish. Knutson coming up the floor. Tigers.
That's a good 3.
And up and good.
That's much better. She had a screen, came off behind it, was able to set her feet, did have a player in her face. That's a much better shot and a much better result.
And foul the other end of the floor.
They're going to get Hanks. Yeah, Hanks had a couple of hands on her before the shot. That's a good call. Boy, she quick and slick with the basketball.
So right now, as Worley makes the free throw, right now Grace Knutson is tied with Amy Swisher for 3rd place in the all-time scoring leaders at Cedar Falls with 1,425 points.
And you wonder, how much of that was kind of floating around a little bit? That's hard.
It's been tough coming up with points for Prairie. We get a couple at the line from Kiana Worley, the 9th grader. Cedar Falls leading by 11. Knutson works it down, good pass, misses. Burks the shot rejected. She wanted to call, nothing from the official. Play on, and here comes the Hawks. Down by 11.
They've got to convert those layups.
And Worley, 3 ball. That's good. And a spark from the youngster. And now it's an 8-point game with 46 seconds to go in the 3rd. Cedar Falls trying to get a momentum basket. Hannum passes up on the shot. Burks, open look, missed. 3-on-1 break for the Hawks. Decker is fouled hard by Finley and will go to the free throw line with 29.9 seconds remaining here in this 3rd quarter. Now the Hawks making a late run. Decker to the free throw line.
73% on the season.
Playing with 4 personals. Ryan Decker makes the first. She averages just under 5 points a ball game for the Prairie Hawks. 29.9 seconds remaining in the 3rd. And she converts on both.
Well, it was a 13-point game moments ago. Prairie on a 7-0 run. Tigers could use a bucket to end this quarter. Look at Decker move her feet. Boy, is she good defensively.
Well outside the three-point arc. Now the Tigers take it in. 9 seconds. Burks shakes, bakes, up to Knutson. 4 seconds in the corner.
Oh! That one hurts if you're a Prairie fan.
Is Knutson into the record books, the 3rd all-time leading scorer in Tiger history. And we'll be back with the 4th quarter right after this. This is Cedar Falls girls basketball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Cedar Falls Utilities wants to keep you and your family's CFU safe with another helpful safety tip. Natural gas is an efficient, safe, and clean-burning fuel used in most local homes and businesses. Since natural gas is colorless and odorless, CFU adds a rotten egg smell to make gas leaks easy to identify. If you smell gas or suspect a leak, leave the building and contact CFU right away. Call us at 319-268-5340 or 911. Cedar Falls Utilities, bringing you the power of safe service.
A big three-pointer to close out the 3rd quarter gives Cedar Falls a 9-point lead going into the 4th. One of these teams is 8 minutes away from going down to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. And Grace Knutson, who's committed to Drake in Des Moines. I'd like to get down there. As the Tigers with the big lead going into the 4th. This is Burks. Bounces it over to Hanks. Both teams' offenses finally got on track here in the last couple minutes of that the 3rd quarter. Burks muscling her way in, gets the roll.
Every point they get down on the block is just enormous. 6-point game moments ago. Last possession score, first possession of the 4th quarter score.
Decker. Big 3, timeout taken by Coach Murray and the Hawks. 7:14 to go.
We'll let the viewers call in to find out how many three-pointers Taylor Decker had made prior to that make on the season. That'd be 1.
Really?
She'd attempted 7, she'd made 1.
30-22. Now the Hawks with just 2 timeouts remaining here. Cedar Falls has 4 left. And for Coach Greg Grown and the Cedar Falls Tigers, key right now is to answer these runs by the Hawks.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But, you know, they've played such good defense, and, you know, they've had a couple of main threes out of players you wouldn't expect. So if they continue on this path, on this course, continue to stick it to them defensively, you got to love their chances down the stretch. Of course, they're going to have to make some free throws. Yeah. There's no doubt.
Coach Murray hit a Prairie Hawk pullover to begin the game. He took that off. As
when was the last time you saw a guy coach in a white T-shirt?
I know. He's from Battle Creek, Michigan. They call it Cereal City. That's where Kellogg's
is that right?
Comes from.
I loved Kenyon Murray as a player.
Yeah. Back to action here. This is Karis Finley. See what the Tigers come up with after the timeout. Oh, here's Hanks left open. A 3, no good. A lot of bodies going after it.
Yeah. They're going to get Grace over the back. Decker had good position.
Hannum, that is her first. First foul here in the 4th. 6:55 remaining in the game. Cedar Falls holding on to an 8-point lead. Don't count out the Hawks. Team with 16 wins on the year, ranked number 11 in the state. They certainly have the firepower to battle back. Here's a three-pointer. Good! Big three, Katie Reitinger. And it's just a 5-point lead for Cedar Falls as the Hawks continue to put the pressure on CF.
Well, Prairie has players making three-pointers that just don't make them. Reitinger had made 6 all season. She's 28%. She buries this one. So Prairie all of a sudden feeling it from distance, and that's not good news for the Tigers.
Just down to a 5-point game. Hanks will try a three, no good. Reitinger grabs the long rebound. Quickly the Hawks move into the front court. This could really put the pressure on Cedar Falls with a hoop here. And the shot won't go. Second chance and a foul. It's going to be on Cedar Falls. And the Hawks fans, they are making noise. Hannah picks up her second. To the free throw line, we'll see Asia Beal.
That was a good call. Got a lot of arm, plenty of body in there as well.
Beal, a 61 free throw shooter. Comes up short. One more coming for her. Beal now 0 for 3 at the free throw line for the 5'8 junior. Tigers led as many as 13. 25-12 after a three-pointer by Grace Knudsen. But now it's a 4-point lead and the pressure on the Tigers. Knudsen drives in all the way in. 16 for Grace.
Well, you hope that some of these girls who have made threes lately, wow, look at that from Worley, that they continue to shoot, because the percentages say that they're not going to continue to go in.
Kiana Worley is 9. Stanek sees that she's open, misses. Hannum offensive rebound, put back, no good. And the Hawks, down by just 4, have the basketball with a lot of time remaining. Worley, freshman, has stepped up here in the second half. Decker charges, and she will be fouled, a blocking foul against Cedar Falls.
Now Prairie just keeps moving forward, don't they, Mark?
Yeah.
This is an aggressive team offensively and defensively, and that seems to be their DNA. And now we get a full line change. You do wonder how shape will come about. Cedar Falls has only played 6 girls in this game so far. Prairie, as you mentioned, has played 9 or 10 girls. You wonder if wind is going to be a factor.
That foul is on Sophie Stanek, her 3rd. 13th foul against Cedar Falls. Down to 4 is the Tiger lead. This is Worley. She feels it, misses it. Finley grabs the rebound. After a slow first half, Knudsen now with 16 points.
Has Finley taken a shot in this half?
Hanks,
Oh,
big time.
ice in her veins.
That 3 makes the lead 7.
Great find by Karras.
And timeout taken on the court. And that was taken by Greg Grown. Why take the timeout there?
I think it's simply to try to get the girls some breath and use your timeouts here kind of intermittently to make sure that they feel like that they can still breathe. We have 3 girls that have not left the court for the Tigers, and they got to be a little tired. The good thing is they're used to it. They play a lot of minutes as it is.
Gabby Hanks averages 6 points a ball game. That's what she has in this game with a couple of big-time threes here in this second half. Tigers trying to withstand this Prairie charge. They lead by 7 in this 5A regional final. The stakes are tremendous as the winner moves down to the state tournament next week. I've often said that the games to get to state are always the most nerve-wracking, aren't they?
I'm not sure we've seen 2 teams as tight as they were. I mean, they couldn't buy a basket in that second quarter, and it really became kind of difficult to watch offensively. It's changed it all together here in this fourth quarter. It seems like everybody, no matter what they throw up, it's going in.
Yeah, it was 15-10 at halftime. Cedar Falls on top. And then the Hawks have caught fire after only scoring 2 points in that second quarter. This is Worley, who's been a spark plug. Nearly thrown away, but Larson in the corner. Bad pass, and Finley, another steal.
Well, you know, I like that decision by Finley. Now, she had some space to roam, but the Tigers have decided that they're going to slow things down a little bit.
Shot clock at 20, a lot of time. Oh, Hank sees the opening and draws the contact. She'll go to the free throw line. Kiana Worley will get call for her second personal.
Worley made the same mistake that we saw Stanek made earlier. She was in good position, and then she decided to go for that block shot. I'm not sure that that's good percentage basketball when you're 5'1".
Hanks has every point of hers. How critical have they been? She has 7. Hanks, a 52% free throw shooter. This is only her 25th attempt at the free throw line this year.
Ooh. Gabby's like, yes, I knew it the whole way. We're big fans of Gabby. We love the way she plays. She's aggressive offensively and defensively. She just doesn't let things get and
Finley
bother her. Oh, she had it. Oh,
bothering Hayden Felt.
there we go.
That leads
Third
to
time's
the
a charm.
steal.
Oh, excuse me, Mark. Looked like the Tigers are going to have it several times there.
Knutson accelerates, pulls it out. Stanek for 3, short. There's Hanks, and the putback.
She uses the English.
And now it's an 11-point lead for the Tigers.
This is where you want Prairie to get in a hurry. Take some bad shots in a hurry.
They're looking for the three-pointer. Hayden Felt, sophomore, works at a Diaz Doolin, who gets the open look, who scores, stops the Tigers' run. It's a 9-point lead for Cedar Falls, 39-30. And this will be a 30-second timeout taken by Kenyon Murray.
Yeah, you know, Mark, we have full appreciation for Greg Groen and his staff and the job that they do. But let's really tip our cap to Kenyon Murray and what his staff has done. They are so well coached. Defensively, they put together an incredibly good game plan to at least slow down the big two of the Tigers. They've hit the glass hard. You know, they continue to attack defensively, and the girls are clearly playing with confidence. So, you know, regardless of what happens, and certainly we hope that it's the Tigers who move on, you got to congratulate Prairie in the way that they play.
Well, Grace Knutson, again, now moving to third place in the all-time leading scorers for the Tigers, passing Amy Swisher. Only Anaya Barney and Ellie Peterson are ahead of her, as Grace Knutson will go down as one of the greatest girls basketball players in Cedar Falls history.
Yeah, I've seen all of those girls that you just mentioned, and who she just passed, Amy Swisher. I used to play basketball all the time with Amy in my younger days, and she would get on the court with the old guys.
What I admire about Amy Swisher was a diabetic and had to get medicine injected into her, and still had a brilliant career at Cedar Falls High School and at the University of Northern Iowa. When she left the UNI, graduated, she was the Panthers' all-time leading scorer. She
was a fantastic player. She played the game a different way than almost everybody that you'd seen it at that time. And you know, and the girls' game was, for the most part, fully transitioned into 5-on-5, but there were, you know, they're still in that process. And Amy always played 5-on-5 growing up and so forth, and her dad was a really good basketball player. And, you know, as a junior high kid, she'd take the court and play against us, and she could always shoot.
So full court pressure applied by the Hawks. Dangerous pass, but Stanek able to come up with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's exactly what was planned, Mark, but it certainly worked out.
Time becoming a factor here. It's a 9-point lead for Cedar Falls. So every possession critical here with 3:08 remaining. Hannum, a bump, and that's on Decker. That's her 5th.
Yeah, it is. And You know, you got to really congratulate Decker. She played a tough game.
She will lead with 5 points.
Yeah, and 5 big points all in this fourth quarter.
Getting a standing ovation from the Hawks fans.
And deservedly so. If I were just in the crowd, I'd give her a hand myself, as many of the Cedar Falls fans are.
5'8" senior leaves with 3:04 remaining.
1 foul left to give for Prairie. They've committed 3.
Driving in. Oh, there's Finley with an acrobatic shot.
What a great play off the inbounds.
She had 9 at halftime. It's her first points in the second half. Hawks looking to score in a hurry. This is Diaz-Doolin.
Yeah, they're going to get Stanek from behind, I believe, on the foul. Not on the block. They do get Stanek.
And now Sophie picks up her 4th.
Yeah.
2:44 to go. Stops the clock. And that will put Navia Diaz-Doolin at the free throw line.
She's been a terrific defender in this game. Haven't talked about her much offensively. She only averages 3 points.
One more coming up. She cuts the lead to 10. And can't convert the second. We're going to have a tie-up. Careful.
Yep. Grace is about the nicest kid in the world. She's not going to get in a tangle. I mean, she might do it, but there's no ill intent there, that's for sure.
And ball will belong to Prairie.
It does.
So Hawks trying to chip in. It's a double-digit lead for Cedar Falls. 2:40 remaining. Tigers trying to get back to state. Deflections out of play. Tigers basketball.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a... No, there's not. I thought there would be a discussion about that amongst the officials. Just got to... Oh, good call. You know, Grace didn't touch it. When she started waving her hands like I haven't touched it, I thought for certain that she had.
I think it was Asia Beal that got it last. Tigers,
I think you're right.
Get it across the 10-second line. 2:19 remaining.
Well done. Very little dribbling. Almost all with the pass. Tigers will stay with this 4-guard lineup here.
14 seconds to go in the shot clock. Cedar Falls in no hurry to rush one. Finley works it out. Hanks. This time the 3 won't fall.
Yeah, but an excellent possession where they run plenty of time.
Worley drives, and Finley will be called for the foul, her 3rd.
Yeah.
Minute 49.
Yeah,
so
I
for
think
the Hawks, it stops the clock and a chance to pick up points.
Yeah, Karras was in between taking that charge and deciding to block the shot, and she just lost the rule of verticality there.
Worley listed at 5'3".
No chance.
And she is now in double digits with 10 points. She has a bright future.
Yeah. She looks so innocent there, doesn't she? She can handle the basketball. Big miss.
So it's a 9-point lead, minute 45 to go. Tigers want to eat up time, and for the Hawks, they need possession.
Well, I don't think they wanted to foul there. Worley got a little aggressive. Doesn't like the call.
But it's the 4th foul against the Hawks here in this 4th quarter. So the next foul, Cedar Falls will get 2 attempts at the free throw line. That new rule that was put into place this year. This is Knutson. Stanek back in the ball game, trying to force it to Hannum, but luckily for the Tigers, running it down is Hanks. And blocked by Murray, and Worley comes up with it. Near steal by Hanks. 3 ball way off.
Well, that's such a good job by Hanks to recognize that.
Just a minute remaining, and the Tigers up by 9. the Cedar Falls fans sense victory here. They're up and clapping.
I don't think Prairie's going to foul. Surprised.
Knutson over to Hanks. Yeah, I am too. Oh, good pass from Hanks, and Stanek gets her 4th point of the ball game, and that should seal it. 3-pointer, no good, and that hit.
Yeah, hit the shot clock.
And it'll be Cedar Falls ball with 29.3 seconds. So Tiger fans able to breathe after Hawks have made several runs here in the second half. And Grace Knutson fouled, 23 seconds remaining. So the final game ever to be played here for girls basketball at the old Cedar Falls High School will be a memorable one, as the Tigers are going to be heading to state.
Well, we really have to give Grace credit in the second half. You know, maybe one of the tougher halves of her career came in that first half, and she came out a completely different kid in that second half. And what does she do? She scores 12 additional points and is going to help lead her team to the state tournament. But how about a cold-blooded 3 at the end of the third quarter when she hits that as she fades away?
And timeout taken by Prairie here is Cedar Falls. This is our play of the game, and this was that big 3 by
huge.
Gabby Hanks. As I put the Tigers up by 9, if I recall at that time, and Tigers kind of were able to stretch out a lead after the Hawks kept coming and coming. But Cedar Falls looks like they're on their way to their 20th win in a row. This is
number 20 is a big one.
Yeah, it's for the Hawks. 4 of these 5 starters are coming back next year. This is going to be an early favorite next year in the Mississippi Valley Conference.
They defend so well. But Greg Groen hangs his hat on defense, and that's what they did well tonight. When they couldn't shoot, when they couldn't make free throws, they weren't making layups, they were still defending in that end. It kind of took some heroic shot making by Prairie and some girls that didn't hit shots even just to keep them in it.
And patiently, they look for Worley. She's at 13 points. Final seconds. 3, 2, count it off. And Cedar Falls going back to Des Moines as they defeat Cedar Rapids Prairie 45-35 in this 5A regional final on the state for Cedar Falls for the first time since 2021. A hard-fought win against a very game Cedar Rapids Prairie team.
Without a doubt, and they just played their hearts out as well, and nothing but praise for Cedar Rapids Prairie, their coaching staff, and their players.
Cedar Falls gets 18 from Grace Knutson, who had just 4 at halftime.
You know, and the thing is, she took maybe a third of the shots as she took in the first half, but so patient. And you know, this was Grace's night as a senior, you know, leading her team to state like she did. But you gotta say, Gabby Hanks, she made 2 enormous threes. One was our play of the game. Once it was down to 4, she hit a 3. The other time it was down to 6, she hit a 3. And those were enormous. So what a great job by Gabby.
And Cedar Falls 21 or 22-1 now. Hawks end their year at 16-5. And this is a Tigers team that I would not want to play down at state, knowing what the Tigers are capable of.
Yeah, I agree. You better have a strong defense, or else you're going to get into a scoring fest, and the Tigers can outscore anybody.
So congratulations, Greg Groen. He picks up his 191st victory, and for the 7th time will be taking Cedar Falls down to the state tournament. So a memorable broadcast for our final game ever here at Cedar Falls High School on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Yeah, it's
done a ton over the years.
We sure have. We spent a lot of time in this booth together.
It has been a second home at times. Great job by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew as always. For Jeremiah Longnecker, I'm Mark Simpson, and you've been watching Cedar Falls Girls Basketball on Cedar Falls Community Television.